Hi, welcome to Escaping New York. So right now I'm at our house up here in New York that we just sold. We sold it for $100,000, and we're hoping to find something down south. Probably just nothing more than a fixer-upper, much like this was when we first moved in. My son-in-law first moved in with us here when we first moved in. At the time, he wasn't my son-in-law. Trying to think, my daughter was married here, actually in the backyard. My grandson was born here, and this was the first house we bought. And I really like the area. Really like the neighbors. Love the house. And unfortunately, we can't take it with us, and we can't deal with New York anymore. It's not so much the weather, because we've all lived here all our lives, but it's more the politics. They just really don't fit our personality. We like guns, we like cars, we like it's basically everything that New York doesn't want to support. So that's why we're leaving. We've always wanted to live in Florida, so we've been looking around down there. There's a couple of places that we actually like down there, and that's why we chose there. We're actually going to be moving towards Stark, around that area, Bradford County. And what we're going to do is we bought a trailer, 32-foot camper with 2 push-outs on it. And I got 5 dogs, 2 cats, and 4 people. We got a campsite down there that we're actually going to stay in, and until we find something that we actually like. But I figured before we get going and I show you the camper and bring everybody with me on our trip down there, I figure I'll show you what we've got. So anyway, that's our house and that we're leaving behind here. Hopefully we'll find something just as nice, or hopefully better. That's what we're hoping for. back now over to where our camper is. We're keeping it at my parents' house. Put it over there so that way we could stay there while we were selling the house, because we had to empty it out for them to sell it. Obviously you can see all the crap in the back of my truck. I gotta do that tonight, clean that all out and get ready to go tomorrow. I'm gonna feed the dogs late, and that way I don't have to feed them till later tomorrow. So excited but a little nervous too. Not sure really what's going to happen once we get down there. You know, I drive a truck for a living. I've been doing it for about 20 years now, and yeah, my wife's a CNA. She does home health care, and she's already been getting callbacks down there. I'm hoping that my job can get me a transfer down there. They're supposed to give me a number to call Monday. I'll already be down there by then. I don't know if I can actually trust them or not. My son-in-law, he's a manager for Advanced Auto. It's an auto parts store. And he's got a job already down there. He's got transferred down there, so at least 2 of us will have jobs already. I know that. My wife and my son-in-law. My daughter's a hairdresser. Okay, so I'm at Camper World, Syracuse, New York. Before I left, dumping my tank and asked them some advice on my hitch. Clearly I have no idea what I'm doing, because I hooked the hitch up completely wrong. There's supposed to be a pin in it that I didn't get with the kit, so they were nice enough to come out and help me put the pin in and put the hitch on correctly, and then put my torsion bars on right. And then I asked them, you know, just curiosity, what do you set your brake controller at? He goes, well, I can help you out with that, no problem. I was like, okay, that's great, I really appreciate it. So he comes up and he looks at the brake controller, he tries to set it, and he's playing with it for a minute, and he goes, you don't have any brakes on your trailer. Like, what do you mean I don't have any brakes on the trailer? He goes, yeah, your brakes aren't working on your trailer. And he goes, we'd have to charge you hourly for that. Well, I ain't got the time or the money for hourly to chase fucking electrical lines. So I'm driving to Florida with no trailer brakes. But at least these guys were nice enough to help me out here, and I really appreciate it. So well, unfortunately we had to stop, as much as I didn't want to. But my 2 puppies had to go out. They were bugging me that they needed to go stop, so that's what we're at now. We're checking out the creek and checking out this nice rest area they've got here in Pennsylvania. So I found this wonderful place to park on the side of a highway, because that 8 miles to a gallon, yeah, that's pretty accurate. I ran out of gas. I just sent my wife to go get gas in her car. Thankfully, she was behind me. She wasn't too far, so yeah, I got stuck behind a truck going up a hill, and that was the end of it. Well, I ran out of gas again, literally like less than 20 miles from where we were stopping for the night. My truck is horrible on gas. So it's Saturday morning. We're in Kenly, North Carolina. We already got past the hardest part. Going through Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, you know, where I'm going to use the most amount of fuel, I think. Breaking down yesterday, running out of gas yesterday twice. I started doing some research to figure out something was wrong. I guess this is typical gas mileage for hauling a camper. Really bad. I wouldn't recommend it if you plan on doing any long traveling. It's 9:30 in the morning. My wife's getting food. I just fueled up again. Gas is way cheaper here than it was in New York. It's like $4.50 a gallon. But I'm just waiting for her so we can get some food and get back on the road. I filled an extra gas can just in case I run out again. My range on my truck was clearly wrong when I got the trailer on here, because last night it said I still had 23 miles to go, and I no more read it and the truck just died. And I thought something was wrong with the truck to the point I went and got my scan tool and plugged it in and scanned the truck to see if something broke, because it just, it's not at the moment. So So I met up with my wife finally at this rest area, and I got my coffee, and we got a new friend. She dropped off my other dog, and she's gonna head down. She's got to go down and meet our son in Tampa, but I'm not going down that far. But because she's got to go farther than I do, she doesn't have time to basically wait for me. Isn't that nice? So she went ahead of me, and she's gonna just make up some time so she can get down there early. So it's Sunday morning, 8 o'clock. I'm in Waldo, Florida. I got here last night about 8 o'clock at night. I was up till like midnight talking to my wife, and then got up at like 5 o'clock this morning. Found this great truck stop to stop at. And pretty hot out. My son-in-law and my daughter came and met me with my grandson, and he got me some food and that. And I spent the majority of the night cleaning up the trailer from hauling it down here because it was a mess. Anyway, so it was hot. My dogs weren't doing so hot, so I had to figure out something because I don't have no power to run the AC. So I come up with this wonderful idea. I put my inverter in my truck, and then ran this cord all the way back and put a fan in the window. It did good and ran all night long, but now my truck won't start. We got a night tonight. I ordered it last night online at the campsite that we're staying at. So I'll be able to go over there tonight, but I can't get in there until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're probably just gonna go see some of the sights today and maybe check out some stuff. I know right over here next to the truck stop there's a mud bog pit, and there's a dirt track. So I might go over there and check that out. And I'm not sure. Maybe some of the gun stores will start looking at those because I know I wanted to see them. But I really like to get some AC for these puppies. So we finally made it to the campground, and I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of getting dark, but it's pretty nice. I think I'm going to make this the end of this video, and this was our trip to getting down here to Florida and getting out of New York. I guess tune in for the next one, and I think my next video is going to be about, let me think, about finding a job and looking for a house. I think that's probably our next step. So come back and watch what we got going on next.